Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about a really interesting topic in my opinion because a lot of people don't know how to not get scammed by fake psychics. So as a real psychic, I wanted to share with everybody some red flags that you should know if you want to avoid being scammed. I saw a video that Morgan Adams posted kind of recently where she got scammed, and I was like, this would be a great idea for a video to just kind of let people know what they should look for, what they should watch out for, and how to not get scammed and have all your money taken, because nobody wants that. Nobody got time for that. So the number one way you can tell if somebody is a fake psychic is if they approach you in a public place, whether it's the mall, the movie theater, Barnes & Noble. I had somebody come up to me in Barnes & Noble once, and just anything like that. They just come up to you and they say that they know you and they know your life, and then they start spewing out general information about who you are and who they think you are. No real psychic is going to go up to you and try to make you feel uncomfortable. If they do come up to you, I would hope that most psychics in the community would ask permission first. Consent is a huge thing. For me in particular, I will never, go up to somebody without their permission and seeing if it's okay with them first. That's just my own, standards and ethics and morals basically, because I don't ever want to make anyone scared of me or my gift or anything like that. So I will always make sure that the person is okay with this, and I actually don't have to worry about that because I do readings out of a shop or I do readings online and I am being approached first. So with psychics, I feel like we're approached first or we ask permission, and if you don't have either of those things done for you, then the person is probably not legit. The second way you can tell if a psychic is a scammer is if they tell you that you have a hex or bad luck or somebody put a curse on you or whatever, blah 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 blah, and they can remove it for $300 or $500 or $1,000. I've heard so many people that have had stories of people claiming to be psychics that have told them that they could remove this demon or this spirit or this curse or hex or whatever for them for thousands of dollars, and people give into it and then nothing happens and their life is still not going great, or if it was going great, now they're living in fear. It just doesn't. That's like the one thing that really bothers me about this, is that the people like me who are out here really trying to spread good and really trying to help people out of these dark places that they find themselves in or help guide them through their life paths, we get crapped on because there's people out there striking fear in the hearts of people and telling them that they have a curse on them or a hex on them or a hex on their family or their daughter. Anybody that's trying to spread fear with this work is usually someone that it needs to be looked at as a scammer. I always say that you should leave a reading or you should leave an interaction with a psychic or someone that claims that they're spiritual and has gifts. You should leave them better than they found you. You should leave their presence feeling better, lighter, happier, more confident about your path, more confident about the direction that you're going. That's 100% how you can tell if somebody is legit. If you feel better and if you feel like they have really helped you and changed your life in a little way, that's how you can tell that they're legit. If they are striking fear into your heart and making you worry and all of these things, then they are not legit. Or they're just a bad freaking psychic. There are some people out there that are legit but still don't understand that we do have a code of ethics and we do have standards and morals, and they still strike fear or worry into people by telling them certain things about their future that you just shouldn't tell people. Anyway, so the hex, curse, or whatever thing is the biggest red flag in the book. That is 100% a telltale sign that the person is not legit. A real psychic will never tell you you have a hex or curse or whatever on you or your family or a family member. Absolutely not. The third way that you can tell if a psychic is real or if the psychic is a scammer is by seeing if they ask a lot of questions. So let's say you go to somebody and you sit down with them and you're like, all right, like, cool, I'm here, I'm ready, let's do this. You had some great reviews on Yelp, I'm ready. Tell me what's going on in the next 6 months, or tell me what's going on with my relationship. Tell me what's going on with my career. If they start asking you a bunch of questions, or they start saying stuff that's really general, and they don't get specific on anything, that's how you can tell that they may not be legit, okay? So not every psychic that isn't very accurate is necessarily a scammer, but people that are doing this work have a set of symbols or a set way of working with their guides to receive information for you that will help better you on your life path. So if they are not specific in the first, I don't know, be nice. Give them like 5 to 10 minutes. If they're not giving you any specific information, or you feel like this is all very general, this could be any Sally walking down the street, like, then you need to make sure that you tell them and ask for your money back in the politest way possible. And if you don't feel comfortable asking for your money back, then you need to just make sure that you know and that you tell people that they aren't the most legit person, okay? A lot of people out there are very general, and that is not somebody that's like a legit psychic. Like, there are people out there that will take your money from you, that are scamming people, and they do it and they live off of it because they spew any general nonsense that they can think of. So if things aren't making sense to you, don't make them fit because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You're paying them to do a job for you, and if they're not doing it correctly, then you need to tell them, or you need to make sure that you don't go back to them and give them any more money. Okay, so let's just review really quickly. Number one, people are not going to approach you in malls, restaurants, Barnes & Noble, wherever, if they're legit psychics. There are some mediums out there that will approach people if they feel the need to, but they will always ask for permission first. So if they don't ask for permission and they just come up and start talking to you, that's kind of a way that you can tell that they're not like totally legit, okay? So that's one thing. The second thing is, if they come up to you and you get a really bad feeling, or you have this fear thing from them, if they start telling you that you have a hex on your family, you have a hex on yourself, you got a curse on yourself, whatever, get out of there, leave, no, they can't do anything to you without your permission. They won't put spells on you, they won't do all of that stuff. Just block them off and leave their presence, because girls trying to take your money, guys trying to take your money, okay? Number three, you want to make sure that when you sit down and you actually go to a reading, or you go somewhere and you're receiving something from an actual psychic that has a shop or is renting a studio or wherever, that they're not just throwing out general information that can connect to any old whoever out there. If they start telling you about your relationship and this man that you're with, and you're not with somebody, then what are they doing? Usually psychics that are legit have a policy in the first 5 to 10 minutes. I know I do. If I'm not connecting to your energy or whatever, then I will give you a refund. Anybody that's legit will respect that. And if you tell them that all of this is very general, or you'd like them to get more specific and they don't, they're not legit, or they're just a really bad psychic. So get out of there. The fourth way you can tell if a psychic is not legitimate or is a scammer is by looking around their space or their room. So if they're renting a room, or if they have a shop, or if they're in a shop or whatever, look around, you know. Is there a crystal ball? Are they really playing it up? Are they playing up the psychic thing? What's their deal? Is there something kind of weird about the show that they're putting on? Are they putting on a show? Do they have, you know, all of these stereotypical things that you think of when you think of a psychic? Do they have the crystal ball? Do they have cards? Do they have a bunch of weird posters? You know, whatever. If they're really playing it up, that may be a sign, not always, but it may be a sign that they are not legit, okay? There are definitely people out there that really love the woo-woo. They're like so into it, and that's totally fine. And they might decorate their room really crazy. They might have a crystal ball on their table, but you just want to be aware of how much of a show people are putting on for you, because if they're putting on a show, then they're trying to distract you from what's really going on. People like me that are doing this work, and other psychics that I know that are very reputable, are always going to make sure that you feel comfortable the second that you walk into the room, and they're going to make sure that you are the most at home and the most comfortable, because the more comfortable you are, the better and easier it is for us to connect to your energy and then give you guidance. So if you go into a room and you immediately feel uncomfortable because there's all this crazy stuff everywhere, then get out of there. Just leave. Like, ask for a refund. Say that you're sick. Like, whatever you have to do, leave. I know that when I started doing this, I was so determined to normalize this craziness that we think is crazy, but really is just human nature. It's human nature to be intuitive. It's human nature to be able to connect to all of these different things that we can connect to. Here's the thing. If somebody is legit about this, then they just need themselves and their tool. And if their tool happens to be tarot cards, then they need themselves and the tarot cards, and then they make their space as uplifting as possible. If they have 5 different things on the table, and there's a freaking crystal that's, whatever, and there's a freaking magic crystal ball, and they're really putting on a show and doing all this craziness, they're not real, because we want to make sure that you feel the most comfortable and that you know that we are legit. And most psychics that are reputable that I know just try to look as normal as possible, because we're all really trying to normalize this stigmatized topic right now. That's pretty much our main goal as a collective, I feel, is we're all trying to put ourselves out there a little bit more and be accepted as a more normalized, topic. So I remember I wanted to look like the most normal person possible. When I went in to do aura readings when I was first beginning, I just wanted myself, I wanted my tools, and that was it. And then eventually I started to bring plants and make my table cute and the room cute, but it was never putting on a show. It was just things to make it more homey and more comfortable for the client. So just keep that in mind. That's a huge one. I've seen this a lot with people that are scamming, is they'll have all these crazy decorations, and some people are just like that. Some people that are legit psychics do like to have all of those fancy things and like the woo-woo so much they put it everywhere. But you have to make sure that you're really paying attention to, are they putting on a show, or am I getting the guidance that I need in this reading right now? The last thing that I would like to mention about people that are probably scamming you or not legitimate psychics, and people that are like me, that are really trying to just help people and give guidance to them in, troubling times or even not troubling times, it's that if you walk in to a reading with someone and you get that pit in your stomach, you get that gut feeling you should not be there, or this person is not looking out for your highest good, then you need to listen to that and you need to get out, okay? Nobody that is doing this work, that's really doing this work, that really cares about you, that really cares about people in general, will ever give you that feeling. You will feel better leaving that reading than you have in a long time. If they are legit, if they're really doing this work for the right reasons and they're really giving you that guidance that you need, then you will notice that you feel lighter and you feel good in their presence. You feel like you've known them. You have an instant connection with them. The people that are scamming, they will make you feel uneasy because you intuitively know that they are not legit. They are not the people that are looking out for your highest good. They just want your cashola, okay? Watch out for that and listen to your gut instinct. Don't be scared that they're going to do something to you, put a spell on you, or put a curse on you, or put an actual hex on you, or whatever. They will not do that. They just want your money and they see you as a target. So if you have the balls to stand up to them and say, no thank you, not today, I don't really, I'm not interested. If Morgan in this video would have just been like, no, I don't think I'm I'm not really feeling that, then it could have gone completely differently and you just walk away and you get out of there, okay? It would have gone a lot differently because she would have said no and then she wouldn't have lost, you know, X amount of money that she had. People that are really out there doing this work to help you will never tell you that you have a hex or a curse or anything like that on you. Will never make you feel fearful. And if you experience people that claim they're psychic that do make you feel fearful, then you need to leave, and you know that they're not legit or they're just in it for the money. Maybe they do have psychic abilities, but then they hit you at the end with, oh yeah, you have a curse, I can remove it for $300, $500, $600. Don't give them your money. Get a second opinion. If you really are that scared, get a second opinion from somebody and do a little more research. If you want to find a reputable psychic, then you need to make sure that you're taking it seriously, and word of mouth is the easiest way to do that. Don't go on Yelp. Don't go on, you know, whatever, online, 1-800-psychics.com, whatever. Don't do that. Ask around. Go to your local crystal shop. If you don't have a local crystal shop, go visit a spiritualist church. There are reputable people out there that are really doing this work for the right reasons, and you just have to start asking around and you'll find them. So that is my rant for today. I will link Morgan's video down below if you wanted to check it out, because it is the perfect example of all of the red flags that you can look for in somebody that is scamming as a psychic. So watch out. Be safe out there. Make sure you pay attention to your gut and make sure that you're listening to your own intuition in these situations, because you will never be led astray by your own gut instincts. You will never be led astray by your own intuition. So listen to it. That's all I got for you guys today. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Freaking scammers. Don't go to them, and freaking scammers, stop freaking scamming.